I'm going to apply primer to Mandy's skin, and this is just to moisturize it before we start to apply the rest of the makeup. I'm now going to highlight Mandy's skin under the eyes with MAC Full Coverage Foundation and chin and a little bit down the center of the nose and the forehead. And I'm going to blend this out with my finger beforehand because we're going to airbrush Mandy's skin now. And I'm going all over Mandy's face with the airbrush, including all the areas that I've just highlighted, because oftentimes when you're concealing around the eye with an airbrush, due to the pressure, it can get into the fine lines and the wrinkles. So that's why we conceal first. And it also means that you don't waste a ton of product having to go over and over the skin on areas that need more coverage. And I'm using Temptu Foundation here. So just going all over the face. And you'll see that afterwards the skin looks really, really luminous. So after this, I'm going to put a little bit of powder on Mandy's face to set it and make sure that everything is in place. And I'm literally just tapping the powder on as opposed to brushing back and forth, because then you get brush strokes. Going to apply some blush to Mandy's face. I'm using La Femme blushes because they're incredibly pigmented and they're really inexpensive. And this color I'm using is actually a really, really good duplicate of NARS Orgasm. Because I've done foundation first and with the airbrush, I'm going to apply a shadow shield under Mandy's eyes. I don't recommend you get these because they're a waste of money, but I've got them on hand. I'm just going to fill in Mandy's eyebrows because they're quite sparse, particularly at the tail of the brow, so I need to fill that in. With a darker eyeshadow, I'm going to start applying colour from the outside corner of the eye because this is mainly the trouble spot, and you can just see I'm just highlighting the lid first and under the eyebrow. Now I'm going to apply a deeper shade, as I mentioned, starting from the outside corner of the eye. And be very careful when you start applying this, because with hooded eyes, particularly as we get older, they start to droop down as well at the corners, and bringing the colour too far out instead of elongating the eye will actually drag it down even more. So you can see, and now I'm going to sort of etch, because we want a quite dramatic look here. I'm going to etch a crease right the way into the nose bone, and I'm not going to blend this away too much because I want it to be a harder look. So you can see I'm just going over it lightly, and that's a lovely view up Mandy's nostrils, and you can see all the fallout on the shadow shield here. I know they seem like a good idea, but honestly they're so expensive if you use these daily. I'm applying a light colour here on the inside corner of the eye and underneath the brow bone, and you can also see I'm taking that highlighter colour down as well slightly, because this will further lift the look. And these are all Inglot eyeshadows I'm using, and I'll name them in the drop down box. Just going to contour Mandy's nose ever so slightly. Now I'm going to put a little bit of colour underneath the eye, exactly the same colour that I used on top, and I've also added false eyelashes here as well. I'm now going to put colour inside Mandy's waterline, and I'm going to use Coffee by MAC. Okie dokie. I'm just going to use a push liner and line the inner corner of the eye because I want where the fake eyelashes meet. I want, the look to be a bit more seamless, so I've darkened it here. I'm going to darken the outside corner of Mandy's lips and then fill in the outer corners because I want the center of the lip to be lighter. So you can see the outside corners here are much darker. Poor Mandy. She doesn't look happy here. Now I'm going to use a lighter shade, and I'm going to use a lip paint, and I'm going to just blend this all over the entire lip. Going to highlight the Cupid's bow. Now remember, don't hold somebody's head, but because it's Mandy, I can abuse her, so it's fine. Apply some mascara to attach the lashes and your lashes together. Apply a little bit of clear lip gloss with a tiny hint of shimmer, and Mandy is complete. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. That's enough. Look up. Just up, not raising because you've got the Botox lines. Just look up. No, you're raising your eyebrows. Look up. There we go. No, you're still raising them. Look up. That's enough. I mean, at the end of the day, man, do you want people to know you have Botox? Exactly. And it's not as if 46,000 people are going to find out, is it? Apart from your mum. All right. Just be grateful. You're in the hands of a master. That's me. By the way, people, other than the fact that she speaks no sense, I'm actually going to rip these off. In fact, I might put one here. Right, normal? Mandy, first of all, when I'm doing your eyebrow, I'm really not fond of having fish breath in me. Okay? She really did get rid of all your eyebrows, didn't she? Like she left you with nothing.
No.
Just an angry inch. I know what that's like.